Hi, welcome to Rannathim Ganit Shala. Today we are going to discuss about fractions. Now you would ask me, what are fractions, right? Fractions are defined as a quantity that defines part of the whole. So what does that mean, right? Now many a times you would have amongst your friends, you would have told your friends, give me half of your pizza, or maybe half of the ice candy that you are eating. That half is nothing but a fraction. It's a part of the whole that you are asking your friend to part with. Okay, all right, let's see. So now when I say half is a fraction, so is 3/4 of roti, right? Or 1/5 of the work I did and the remaining you did, so 1/5 is also a fraction. Every fraction can be expressed in the form a by b. A is called as the numerator and b is the denominator. Okay, so here in this case 1 is the numerator, 2 is the denominator, 3 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator, 1 is the numerator, 5 is the denominator. Good, right? Good. Right. Now let's move on to the next part. In some fractions, you see that the numerator is less than the denominator. Like 1/5, numerator is less than denominator, or 2/7, 1/8. In all these cases, you see that the numerator is less than the corresponding denominator. These fractions are called as proper fractions. And in some other fractions, you see that the numerator is greater than the denominator. So numerator is greater than the denominator, or it is equal to the denominator. Numerator is either greater than the denominator, or numerator is equal to the denominator. They are called as improper fractions. Right? Now, these improper fractions, if you can see, can be converted, okay, into an integer part and a fractional part. Let me explain. So let's take an example of 9/7. Can I not write down as 7 plus 2/7, which is nothing but 7/7 plus 2/7 is nothing but 1 plus 2/7, which means 1 is the integer, anyway we know, and this is the proper fraction. Proper fraction, what is the proper fraction? Numerator is less than denominator. So numerator here 2 is less than denominator, right? How do we write this? It is written in the form 1 2/7. This is the representation of a mixed fraction. Why it is called mixed? Because it is mixed of, or rather it consists of an integer and a fractional part. Okay, good. So we covered proper fractions, improper fractions, and how we can convert improper fractions into mixed fraction. Okay, good. So that's great. Let's say take some more examples. Okay, 1 3/4. Now this it consists of an integer part and a fractional part. Okay, a fraction which is a proper fraction because numerator is less than denominator. I am asking you now to convert this into a improper fraction. Okay, so how do we do that? The way we do that is, see, this is in the form QR by D. Okay, just remember that this is in the form q r by d. Let's convert this. So this becomes, in order to convert this into improper fraction, what you have to do is 1 into 4, just multiply this guy with this guy, plus 3 divided by 4. Okay, so this becomes 7 by 4. Okay, if you want to verify, let's do that. We divide 7 by 4, so 4 ones are 4, remainder is 3, correct? This is the remainder, this is the quotient, and the form that you would write is q r by d. D is the denominator, or in this case divisor also is the same. This becomes q is 1, remainder is 3, divisor is 4, 1 3 by 4, which is what we started with. So the answer is correct, correct? So this is how we do it. So whenever they ask you to convert from mixed fraction to improper, this is how you do. You multiply this with this, because typically that is what you will get, right? 1 and 4 into 1, which is correct, plus 3 divided by 4 is 7 by 4. Okay, good. Let's take one more example. To 19 by 21. By 21. Okay. Pause this video, spend a minute, come out with the answer, and then you can unpause it. Okay. Great. So let's solve this. So this becomes 2 into 21 plus 19 divided by 21. It's nothing but 42 plus 19 by 21 is 61 by 21, correct? Right. So this is the improper fraction, again because numerator is greater than denominator, right? I hope this is clear to you children. That shouldn't be a problem, this is pretty simple. Okay, so this is how we convert from mixed fraction to improper fraction. Do you want to do some more examples the other way around, wherein you are given a improper fraction and then you convert it into a mixed fraction? Let's do that as well. Okay, so improper fraction to mixed fraction, let's do it. Alright, so 19 by 4, how do you do it? Let's divide this, okay. 4, 19, 4 4s are 16, 3. So this is remainder is equal to 3, quotient is equal to 4, and this is the divisor or the denominator in this case, okay. So it should be in the form q r by d. What is q here? Q is 4. R is what? 3. D is what? 4. So it is nothing but 4 3 by 4. Correct? Good. Now let's take one more example, okay, before we move on. (81 by 13). Okay, let's take this example. Okay, I will not write q here. Okay, let's divide this. 81 by 13. Okay, 13 6 are 78. Students, don't forget to strengthen your tables. Okay, everyday practice reciting the tables. Tables as in 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, all the way till at least 30. It helps. In this case, if you don't know the table of 13, it becomes very difficult. You will start multiplying one by one. Okay, it's always good that you are good in tables. Okay, do it till 30 at least. So 13 6 are 78 and the remainder is 3. All right, so now this is the quotient, remainder is 3, and this is the denominator or the divisor. Okay, all right. So in that form, Q R by D will become 6 3 by 13. Is that right? So 81 by 13 has 6 whole parts, whole complete parts, and the fractional part is 3 by 13. Okay, good, great. I guess we have covered this, you understood, all right, and there shouldn't be any trouble with this. Now let's move on. See, in your textbooks you would have encountered, I mean, they had given you a couple of fractions, and they would have said, okay, are they like fractions or unlike fractions? Okay, so that is the next topic of discussion, like fractions Okay. Two fractions are said to be like fractions. Are said to be like fractions if they have the same denominator but different numerator. Are like fractions. Okay. Let's consider one more. 3, okay. 3 by 7 and what are like fractions? Tell me. Okay. 5 by 7 is what the boy says. Okay. So 3 by 7 and 5 by 7 are like fractions. Okay. If these are like fractions, what are unlike fractions? Okay. Unlike fractions are those fractions in which the denominator is not the same. So 1 by 5 and 1 by 7, unlike fractions. 1 by 5, 1 by 7, 3 by 11 are unlike fractions. Okay. Now, can you convert unlike fractions to like fractions? You definitely can convert. Okay, let's take one example. Okay, let's convert. There are two fractions, okay, here 1 by 5 and 1 by 7. Let's convert them into like fractions. Okay, so 1 by 5 I can also write as, I multiply both numerator and denominator with 7, and 1 by 7 I write as this, wherein I multiply both numerator and denominator by 5, which becomes 7 by 35. If you see, the value is still 1 by 5. 7 ones are 7, 7 5s are. I have not changed the value. They both are same value wise. The value is same. And this is 5 by 35. Again, this value and this value are the same. 5 by 35 is nothing but 1 by 7. Okay. And if you see, both these fractions are now like fractions. The denominator is the same. So unlike fractions, I have made it into like fractions. Okay. And 1 by 7 and 5 by 35, just see this, okay, these two are equivalent fractions. Now what are equivalent fractions? Equivalent fractions are those fractions where the value is the same. 1 by 7 is same as 5 by 7, 5 by 35. So this is fraction 1, this is fraction 2, but their value is same. So they are equivalent. So that is where we introduced equivalent fractions to you. Hope you understood it. All right. Okay, let's move on then. All right, so now you know what are like and what are unlike fractions. Okay, so let's solve this problem wherein, let's say we are given couple of fractions. Let's say 1 by 3 3 by 5, 7 by 9, 3 by 6. Okay. I want you to tell me which one of these is the smallest and which one of them is the greatest, right? So the question is, let's say, out of 3 pieces, the fraction can also be interpreted as out of 3 pieces I get 1 piece. Out of 5 pieces here, let's say of a pizza, okay, let's say all these are parts of pizza. The pizza is divided into 5 pieces and I am getting 3 out of it. Here in this case the pizza is divided into 9 pieces, I get 7 out of it, and same way 6 pieces it is cut, I get 3 pieces. Now it's very hard to compare and say okay, this is more than that, because the denominator is different each time. Each time the pizza is cut into different pieces, different number of pieces, so it is very hard to compare. So what we should do first is we'll convert them all the fractions into like fractions. And now what does that mean, like fraction? We'll convert it into a fraction wherein their denominator is the same. Okay. So how do I do it? The way to do it is first find out the LCM of all the denominators. Okay. I have already taught you how to find out the LCM in the previous chapter. Okay. So the link is in the description, titled HCF and LCM. Okay. You can just click on that link and follow. Alright. So let's find out the HCF and the, sorry, not HCF, we find out the LCM. Let's divide it by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 5 it is not divisible by 3. Here it is divisible and here it is divisible. Done. Okay. Now beyond which there is nothing that is divisible, okay, by any number. 5, if I take 5 is divisible by 5 but not the others, right? So the LCM is nothing but 3 into all these guys, 1 into 5 into 3 into 2. Okay. So 5 is 15, 15 into 6, 90. So 90 is the LCM. So all these numbers meet at 90. Their multiples meet at 90. So let's do that. Okay. So now we already know that LCM is 90. So now I can multiply this denominator with 30, okay, to make it 90. But at the same time I also have to multiply the numerator by 30 to keep it equivalent to this, right? We change the denominator, we multiply the denominator by 30, make it 90. But at the same time you have to also multiply by the same number to the numerator, so that 1 by 3 and this guy are equivalent fractions. Okay. Same thing we'll do with this. In order to make 90 I have to multiply by 18 and 18 on the top as well. Similarly 7 by 9 I multiply with 10 and 10, and fourth one 3 by 6 multiply by 15, 15. Okay, that's good. So this becomes what? This becomes 30 by 90. The second one becomes 54 by 90, 70 by 90 and 45 by 90, right? So this is what it is. Now tell me, now what this essentially means is, if the say pizza is divided into 90 pieces, one day I get 30, other day I get 54, third day I get 70, fourth day I get 45. So which day I got more? This is the one. You got the point, right? So each day you divide in the same number of pieces, that is 90, and then it's very easy. On 90 I got 30 on the first day. So that's why we need to keep the denominator or make the denominator the same, right? Make it a like fraction and ensure that it is equivalent. It does not change the meaning, right? If I don't multiply the numerator with 30, just the denominator, it will become 1 by 90, okay, which is not equal to 1 by 3, okay. So that you have to take care. You need to understand why you are doing what you are doing. Okay, so good, that's fine. So let's move on. Okay, so this is one. Similarly, they may ask you, all right, arrange in ascending order or descending order. Ascending is smaller to bigger, descending is bigger to smaller. So ascending order of this would be, if I have to arrange this ascending order, ascending you go like this, right? Always the plane descended onto the airport. Descended means it came from up to down. Ascending, from down it went up. All right. So from down will go up. So 30 by 90, 45 by 90. Okay. Slowly 30 becomes 45, 45 becomes 54, right? That way 70 by 90. Descending order, don't have to think, go in the other way around. 70 by 90, 54 by 90, 45 by 90, 30 by 90. Great. So now there are a couple of other questions that also come. They may ask you, all right, please insert a few fractions between these two fractions. Okay. So let's say, please insert two fractions between 1 by 3 and 3 by 5. So I want a fraction which is in between this, between 1 by 3 and 3 by 5. So before doing anything, I will find out, I'll convert them into like fractions. So this becomes 1 by 3 into 5. Okay, and this becomes 3 by 5 into 3. So LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. You can go and check. So I have to find a fraction which is between 5 by 15 and 9 by 15. Correct, no? Now that can be what? 6 by 15, 7 by 15, 8 by 15. Simple. Okay. So this is how you should think and you should solve such problems. Okay. Great. Now let's move on to addition and subtraction. Okay. Okay. How would you add fractions? Okay, let's see. Let's say 2 by 3, okay, or rather 2 by 7, let's take 2 by 7 plus 3 by 8. Should I make it 2 plus 3 5 and 7 plus 8 15 is equal to 1 by 3? This way is wrong. Many students, even when they go to 10th class, they do these kind of problems. They do this kind of mistakes. Correct? So it is always good that you have your basics strong. You may study very hard in class 10, but by the time you start solving a problem and then you come on to the third or the fourth or the fifth step, you are actually at the class 6 level mathematics at that point of time, like this, right? That this may be the 6th step in your class 10 mathematical problem, and if you make a mistake here, you lose marks. Correct? So every class is important, basics are important, right? You may not get marks in 10th standard, they may not ask you to solve this in 10th, but this may be one of the steps in the answer that you would eventually get, right? So you can't afford to make a mistake here. So let's see how you do it, right? Whenever you are adding or subtracting, convert them into like fraction, each one of them, such that it is equivalent to its previous version. Okay, let's see what I mean. Okay, so now I want the same denominator in both the cases, right? So I find out the LCM and it turns out to be 56. Okay, so I'll make both of them as 56, right? I multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 8, so that this is same as 2 by 7. Okay, same thing I do here. I multiply by 7 so that I get 56 here. I multiply the numerator also by 7 such that this value is same as 3 by 8. So this becomes, now when denominator is the same, I take that, write it as this, 16 plus 21 is equal to 37 by 56 is the answer. So whenever you are asked to subtract or add two fractions, always ensure that you have the same denominator, okay, and ensure that each one of this remains the same, is the equivalent fraction, right? You multiply something with the denominator, you also multiply the same with the numerator. Okay, good. So this was the first problem. Let's take a look at the second problem. Okay, this is a subtraction problem, 2 by 9 minus 1 by 2. Okay, why don't we pause the video for a while and solve this, and then come and check how, whether we agree on the answer. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, so LCM of 9 and 2 is 18, right? So I multiply into 2, is that right? Minus half into 9 into 9. So this becomes 4 by 18 minus 9 by 18 is equal to minus 5 by 18 is the answer. Okay, so in both in both addition and subtraction, always make the denominator the same. Keep individual fraction as equivalent to the previous whatever is given here, right? And then solve it. Okay, all right, that's good. Great. Now let's come to multiplication and division. Now what do we do in multiplication? 2 by 7, let's say, into 3 by 5, right? Do we need to make the denominator the same in this case? The answer is no. In the case of multiplication and division, we need not worry about the denominator. We just multiply numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So this becomes 2 into 3, 7 into 5, right? So this becomes 6 by 35 is the answer. Okay, if there is anything which is common that can be removed from both, you can do it. Okay, but when you do it, ensure that it still remains the equivalent fraction, which it would if you have done it correctly. All right, let's take a look at this, right? 7 by 9 into 3 by 21, right? So this becomes what? I can remove, so I'll multiply the numerators first and the denominator first. Can I not say 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9? Can I not say 7 1s are 7, 7 3s are 21? So can I not say 1 into 1, 3 into 3? So this becomes 1 by 9, right? Even if you don't cancel this way, right, you can say I am going to multiply and not cancel numerators and denominator, fine. It is nothing but 21 by 9 189, okay, which is nothing but 1 by 9 only. 21 1s are 21, 21 9s are. Answer is same, right? So I suggest you cancel off whatever is common in numerator and denominator such that you don't have to multiply big numbers. Okay, all right, good. Now let's take a look at division. Okay, all right. So 3rd, okay, 13 divided by 3 divided by, okay, 7 by 9 for example. Okay, so how do we solve this? The way to solve this is, you convert, in the case of fraction you can actually make division into multiplication, and whatever follows it will become the reciprocal. So in this case the denominator becomes the numerator and numerator becomes the denominator. So this becomes 9 by 7. Okay, now the same story we repeat. 13 into 9, 3 into 7, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are, okay. So this is 13 3s are 39 by 7, which is a proper or improper fraction. Numerator is greater than the denominator, so improper fraction. If it is an improper fraction, we can convert it into mixed fraction, right? So this becomes 7 5s are 35, 4 by 7 5s are 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 by 7. So this is the mixed fraction you can come up with. But what was the major concept here? If at all there was a major concept, division, change it into multiplication and take the reciprocal of the next guy only, okay. If there was something else here, it remains the same, nothing changes, only for this, okay. All right, now let's take one more example. 15 by 7 divided by 25 by 14, okay. So what does this become? Okay, let's add one more, plus 2, okay. 2 by 3 let's add, okay, perfect. So what does that become? Okay, we'll come, you may say, sir, there is BODMAS involved, which we will do in the next section. Let's assume we are going to do with this first, okay. So I change division into multiplication, and whatever follows I'll reverse it. So it becomes 14 by 25, okay, plus 2 by 3. I'll solve multiplication first, because even in the case of BODMAS, which we studied in the previous chapters, multiplication has more priority than addition, okay. So 7 into 7, 7 to 14, okay. So this becomes 15 into 2 by 25. I can 5 is common to both, so 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25, okay. So this is 6 by 5 plus 2 by 3. Now I simply cannot add it, I have to make the denominator the same, okay. So I will make it same by multiplying, just see whether you understand this, okay. So I made this 15, I made this 15, but in order to make 15 I had to multiply this by 3, same thing I did to keep it equivalent, okay. Same thing I did here. So there is nothing but 18 plus 10 by 15 is nothing but 28 by 15. I am sure you know that this is an improper fraction and you can convert it into a mixed fraction. Okay, that's good. Great, right? So you understood how to add fractions, subtract one fraction from another, how to multiply two fractions, and how to divide as well, right? What happens if in a particular mathematical expression you have many fractions with operations like division, multiplication, and so on and so forth? How are you going to evaluate that mathematical expression? You guessed it right, we are going to use BODMAS, right? BODMAS anyway you have studied in the previous chapter as well. So let's quickly write down what BODMAS stands for. Brackets, O stands for order. In our Indian textbooks we also see a mention of okay, half of 10, right? Half of 10, something like this, half of 10. Half of 10 is nothing but, you would agree, it is 10 multiplied, so it is 5. It is as good as you are multiplying, but it has a higher priority than the multiplication in the BODMAS, okay, BOD. So of has more priority than that, this M, which stands for multiplication, okay. So we will come to it in a bit. D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction, okay. There are 4 kinds of bracket which you already know from the previous, I am not going to repeat that, okay. Order is like square, cube, square root, cube root, right? Something like this, square root, say 4, or cube root, stuff like that, okay, or square or cube, okay. division and multiplication have the same priority. Okay, and when division and multiplication exist in a mathematical expression, we evaluate from left to right. Okay, left to right. Same thing for addition and subtraction. They both have the same priority, and we evaluate them from left to right. Alright, so now anyway, this was a quick revision. Let's take some examples. Okay, let's take the first example. Okay, 1 2 by 3. Now this is a mixed fraction into 1 by 13. Okay, divided by 5 by 4. So how should we solve it? Now before solving this, let me first convert this into a improper fraction. 3 into 1 3 plus 2 5 by 3. Okay, so 5 by 3 into 1 by 13 divided by 5 by 4. Okay, so I am going to, now multiplication and division have the same priority. I will go from left to right. Okay, so 5 into 1 3 into 13. Okay, divided by 5 into 5 divided by 4. Okay, now this is nothing but 5 by 39. Is that right? And division becomes multiplication and reverse it off. Like I said, this is what it becomes. So now this is multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. 5 gone. Okay, so it is 4 by 39 is the answer. Okay, great. Now here some students may say, sir, we could have also solved it as, after this 5 by 3 into 1 by 13, division I make multiplication, okay, and then I reverse it. Then everybody is multiplication, so I just multiply. That also is fine. But if you stick to the rule, you will definitely get the correct answer. And if you develop good understanding later, say thinking that okay, this may not matter, it's up to you, but that will come with practice. Okay, so you understood this, right? I went as per the rules. I knew that even if I would have done the answer, probably the answer in this case would be the same. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next one. 70 divided by 2 by 3 of 21. Let's apply the BODMAS rule. No brackets here, but O as in the Indian context we have off. So we'll solve the off first. Okay, so 70 divide, I don't divide, I'll solve this. So 2 by 3 of into 21, right? Now this is nothing but 70 divided by 14. 3 ones are 3, 3 sevens are, right? It is nothing but 5. So this is the answer. If you divide 70 divided by, if you execute this first, you are going to get a wrong answer, right? Off has more priority than division. Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Let's move on to the next problem. The third part. Half minus square bracket, okay, 2 by 3 square minus 1 by 4, okay, let's divide, raised to half, that is nothing but square root actually, into half. Okay, so in this case, let's apply BODMAS again. There is a bracket, so this is the bracket I need to solve first. So I apply BODMAS again inside the bracket, right? So inside the bracket there is a bracket, but not much of significance because there is not many terms inside. Okay, but there is this order raised to. So order is what I should be solving next. So this becomes Can I solve this first? 4 by 9, is that right? Divide by 1 by 4. Okay, into half. So this becomes, okay, I go inside the bracket, I reverse it, division becomes multiplication, this becomes 4 by 1 raised to half into half. Is that right? Okay, then this becomes minus 4 4 the 16 by 9, square root of 16 by 9 is nothing but, okay, I have to take care of this order first before I can proceed with multiplication or subtraction. So this becomes minus 4 by 3, square root of 16 by 9 is 4 by 3, okay, into half. Now clearly multiplication takes a priority over subtraction. So I am going to solve that. Half minus 4 into 1 is 4 and this becomes 6, or rather I can always cancel this, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4 and this becomes 2 by 3, which is nothing but, find out the LCM, okay. So this becomes 6 here. So 3 minus 4 is nothing but minus 1 by 6 is the answer. So at every step we followed BODMAS. Great. All right. So students, trust that you have learned quite a bit today about fractions and how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, and how to apply BODMAS when they occur, all of them together, how to evaluate them, what should be the order. So that's great. So please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you really learned something today, please leave me a like, okay, because that would encourage me to make better videos for you. Please share this video with your friends so that they also learn something from the work that I am doing, and join in huge numbers. Okay, God bless you, take care, bye bye.